Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You're in our Stitchuation room. We are on the road. Well, hello, Frito. Frito's loving the trip. I am on my MacBook uh, camera today. So I'm going to try to point it down so you guys can see. Ignore my trash in my kitchen, please. Hello, sweet girl. Let me see here. Where's everybody wants to see you? There you are, sweet baby. Hello, hello. We are in Waco, Texas, and staying in an RV park there. There you go, sweetie. There's one for you. Get that out the way so they can see the star of the show, Miss Frito. There we go. Hi, baby. One more. Okay. I know you want one more because you're a good girl. There you go. She's so conditioned, isn't she? Great to see you guys. I've been running around looking for an extra plug. So, and my problem is sometimes I declutter and I rearrange, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, where on earth did I put everything? So let me put this back up. This is Glory's little mug she made Frito. Little mug, her little basket. It's great to see you too. Hello, hello. All right, there you go, sweetie. So today I had wanted to work on my quilted snowman, get those snowball blocks rolling. There's 27 of them, and I need, yeah, she has me conditioned, Judy. You're right. That's absolutely right. So, if you're new here, this is our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you follow me along on my sewing journey, and I hope I inspire you to put something under the needle or tidy or, just piddle around, as my dad used to say. He'd be out in the shop, and I go, "What are you doing out there?" He says, "I'm just piddling around." Yeah. Oh, gosh. Everybody's here. Very nice. I love Frito too. Oh, Callie's here. Good morning. This is my 10-year-old granddaughter on her dad's Gmail account. So you guys, she's 10, okay? Let's keep it clean today, shall we? Carol Sager says she gets piddling. Yep. Callie's getting ready for that big bazaar. I think it's the 28th and 29th or something like that of this month, end of the month. And she's been stitching away on towels and mug rugs and all of that. So, trying to find time for bandanas for dogs. So, little entrepreneur she is. Good for you, Callie. I was about 8 years old, and I remember 8 or 9. I was already babysitting for other families on base when I should have been babysat myself, just watching for 15, 20 minutes while mom ran to the store and got something. But, and by 10, I was mowing grass in the base housing. So, yeah, busy, busy. I tell you, if there's a way to make a nickel, I was all over it. Mm. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. A Maker's Life started a whole room reorg. Yeah, that's a real challenge. I watch a lot of reorganization videos and tidying. I follow Cass from Clutterbug, Minimal Mom, Dana K. White from a Slob Comes Clean, and I try to take a little bit of each one of those methods and put them into my life and use those skills that they have taught me to work on stuff. So it's washed cars, peach cobbler washed cars. Me too, girl. Me too. Um, so if you've got a sewing room that looks like a hurricane went through it, or a tornado, as the case may be, wherever you live, I recommend just starting with the most important spot, which is right around your sewing table. That's where you spend all of your time there. And either that or your cutting table, one or the other, where you've got a lot of stuff. And flat surfaces tend to collect clutter for sure. And one of the easiest things to do is go in there with a trash bag and just get rid of trash. You'd be surprised how much trash you have. And that is step number one from Dana K. White from A Slob Comes Clean, is just get rid of trash. So old Michael's bags and Hobby Lobby bags and wrappers that got put to the side and didn't make it into the can, all of those kinds of things. So what are you doing here, Jaco? Let's see. Can't thank you enough for your teaching, even though it took a long time to click. Oh, good. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad that that worked out. That's wonderful. Yeah, it does take a minute to learn how to do Snapplique, but once you get it, and like you said, once it clicks, you're off and running, and it's an amazing, amazing thing. Flow is moving houses. That's another thing that is tough. My first organization lady that started with that I started with back in 2000 was Fly Lady. Fly Lady helped me get my house in order. And that's all of this stuff is totally free if you just take the time to watch and subscribe to their emails and that kind of thing. But Fly Lady is the one who got me to get my house under control. And once you get your house under control, then the rest of it kind of permeates around the house, and it's amazing. So, oh, now this happens. This happens a lot. Katie did 5 minutes of cleaning yesterday, turned into 2 hours with blinds and one room done. So I would break that into one window and call it a win. And then go from there. Yeah. Terry, we all learned from Heloise, didn't we? Yeah. That's the thing too. Yeah. Christine found her Halloween placemats right where they were supposed to be. It's that old, my grandmother used to say, everything has a place, everything in its place. And when you do that, and the hard part is putting it back where it goes, right? That's the hardest part. So it is a process, but it makes it easier to get with. Oh, and I started with Fly Lady again. So not on Starlink today, you guys. We are on my AT&T hotspot. So I hope everything is okay here. But yeah, start with a trash bag and then just get rid of trash. And then after that, get a black trash bag and get rid of those things that need to be decluttered. And I just find that Dana K. White's method, her processes are the best for our sewing studios. So get rid of trash. And then she has a no mess decluttering method. And it seems really tedious, but she calls it take it there now. I had no intention of talking about organization this morning, but since we're here, right? It's called take it there now. And take it there now means it doesn't belong here. It has a home somewhere else. So take it there right now. That means you might make 12 trips to the same room, but her thought process behind that is I'll when we get finished with this video, I'll link to her video below about this process. She's got a load of them, but I'll link to one that explains it. But the take it there now thinking is, if something happens and I have to leave, or somebody comes over, or I get interrupted in some way, I haven't created another mess I have to deal with when I get back. That makes so much sense. I don't do that. I don't take it there now unless it's only rarely. I'm more of a stager. That's the military, logistical thinking of how I do. I'll make a pile of things that need to go to one spot. So then I stage all of those things into one area. And usually it's sitting next to Spanky, which is my 10 needle, which is right near the door that goes into the rest of the house. So there's a little spot next to Spanky, and that's where I keep all those things that need to eventually migrate into the house. So that helps me. So Kathy Ann, you're trying to get your hubby to go through stuff. I would recommend going through your stuff first. You'd be surprised how much you will clean and organize and declutter. Just go through your stuff. Yeah. I went through Keith's closet a couple years ago, and surprisingly, it is still the same. I can't believe it, but it's great. Well, Made by Margie, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oops, good morning. I missed it. Well, are you telling on Callie says my brother destroys our house. I know which one she means. So Margie says one idea is to look for other things that go in the same place or nearby so you can take them all in one trip. Yeah. The problem is some people have piles and piles of stuff. So the Fly Lady methods start with your sewing area, just get that cleaned up, and then take that trash bag and go through there and get rid of trash. So y'all notice if you've ever watched me at home and I have my big cutting table and there's a hole on the end of the cutting table. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or not. That is inspired by a crawfish boil. In the South, they have crawfish boils, and they'll throw out these big trash, like 55-gallon drums, right? And they'll put a board on top of it, and the board has holes cut in it so that the crawfish and everything goes in the middle, and the corn and the sausage and all that. And you eat away. And when you're getting rid of the shells and all of that stuff, you can just throw everything away in the trash right there. Well, that is what inspired my thought on the hole in the end of my cutting table, because right under that is a very large trash bin. It's got a bag in it and everything. And that's where every scrap goes, every little shred, every little paper. Open it from Amazon, whatever it is, it goes right in that hole immediately. So one trick that I use to keep my room tidy is to open things near a trash can. That's amazing the way that works. I've got new comments coming up down here. So you were going to ask me about that hole in my table, Janie. That's exactly why that is. And I mean, it's a large trash bin. It probably comes up to about my hip. It's a little bit bigger than a standard 13-gallon kitchen trash can. It's a giant basket I got at Walmart years ago. And so lots of trash comes in my room. Yes, it does. Quilting with Harriet. Yeah, hi, Harriet. Good morning. Lots of trash comes in my room. Absolutely. And so it just, as soon as it comes in, it goes out. I'm really bad about not breaking down boxes, and I'm trying to change that. If I bring a box in and I open it on my cutting table, I'm going to slice it open on the bottom, because we stack them on the pool table to go out to the burn pit. But yeah, it's just hard. And then another thing, and I know you guys aren't going to like this word, it's called discipline. And discipline is hard. So we'll be crafting and doing something, sewing, quilting, embroidering, whatever, and maybe we'll have multiple crafts, and then your room maxes out, right? And you keep buying more stuff. Yeah, that's a hard thing. Well, so the Crafty Life talks about how boxes go out immediately. I think since COVID, or since the advent of Amazon, that's a new skill to learn for all of us, because we never used to have boxes coming in, right? I don't remember that. Oh, Julianne, Callie is homeschooled. Yeah, she's homeschooled. I know every once in a while we need company to come over, don't we, Terry? That's the thing about Fly Lady. She says get rid of chaos, and chaos is an acronym for can't have anyone over syndrome. So that's why you start with your sink, and you do your dishes, and you shine your sink and everything, and then it kind of permeates onto your counters, and then it just goes around. And it's yeah, we had paper bags, right? Yeah. Vicky says I need a maid. That doesn't help. You think it would, but it doesn't. You need somebody to pick up after you. That's different than a maid. But oh, Cindy, you're not late. We're talking about organization and methods for decluttering and tidying and that kind of thing. So yes, Amy, it needs to be a habit, and that habit is discipline, right? Yeah, and I make it a point, me personally, I make it a point to clear off my cutting table every night before, when I'm finished sewing and I shut the room down, clear off my cutting table. That's the big thing. I'll pick up this area around my sewing machine and clear off my cutting table. So my sewing machine, what have I got? I am traveling with, this is the Brother NQ. Let me turn this, if I can do it without things dropping. That's always the trick, right? The Brother NQ 3700D. Okay, let me turn. This is Gypsy. She's my travel machine because gypsies travel, don't they? And weighs about 18 pounds. This is the identical machine that I sent to my granddaughter, Callie, and except it is it has Disney on it. So it's got, color wise, it has the gray cover and the gray front, and it's got Disney designs in it. But otherwise, like hers has the white cover and a white front. It's an identical machine. It's wireless, max hoop of a 6x10, and wonderful. It's a great little travel machine. I've had you guys email me and ask me about it. And don't you know, I forgot. So when we went to El Campo, I realized I didn't have the little shank for the quick connect foot. I don't know why it wasn't in the, it has the button on the back where you can switch out the feet. I don't know why it wasn't in the machine's accessory case, but I did have the walking foot, so that's what's on. Now, if I can find a regular foot between now and when we arrive in Weatherford, matter of fact, I think today I might go out on Amazon and have one delivered to an Amazon locker. Have you guys ever done that? That's wonderful. When you're traveling, that's a very cool thing. So you like that? Oh my goodness, Gypsy. Yeah. So no, you can totally steal that. That's fine. When I drop my snips. Actually, one of you named her. When I got this machine, I was like, okay, this is my travel machine and she needs a name. And one of you came up with Gypsy. Where am I heading to? Don't remember. Julianne, I'm going to Weatherford, Oklahoma. We belong to a motorhome club, and they're having a little Mid-South rally up there. So that'll be fun. And Bonnie Cohn, she's usually in here. I think she's on the road too. She's running the show for that. So she will be there as well. The name of your RV is Gypsy. Yeah, cool, Robin. That's great. I have a Winnebago, and I'm terrible with names, so her name is Winnie. That's all I can do. So I was going to stitch some of these snowballs on the Quilted Snowman, okay? And these are these little bitty ones, not the snowflakes, but the snowballs, the little tiny ones. There are 27 of these all over in this quilt, and they're just adorable. And holding up my pattern is Vicki here. Vicki Phillips. There you go. This is the stand she made me. It has little pockets in the back for things. It's so handy. So I have isn't that beautiful with the blue bonnets? That's an embroidery design. Vicki, if you pop in here, you need to let us know what, what's the pattern. It's something off of Etsy that she got. So is it a fifth wheel? No, ma'am. It's a motorhome. It's a Winnebago tour, 2011 Winnebago tour. We got this. If you guys remember the freeze in Texas in 2021, no, it was 2021. Yeah, the freeze in Texas, February of 21. This was owned by a single owner down in Runge, Texas. And long story short, they consigned it in April. They moved in here during the freeze because they lost power in their house. And so it was an elderly couple. And they moved in here in the freeze, and then they consigned it in April. So you're sewing in the fifth wheel today, Amy? Yay, good for you. Awesome. I love sewing on the road. So when they consigned it, we're friends with an RV technician, and it came into where he works. And he called my husband and said, hey, there's a motorhome, come look at it. So again, long story short, here it is. And we took it. It only had a Snowvid 21. Yes, that was crazy, wasn't it? Crafty Life, crazy. So happy birthday, Nancy. Gifts HQ. You guys, is there birthday cake in the kitchen? I think Scotty Dog is running the kitchen. And I think there's birthday cake in there, or cupcakes at least, right? So this is a mug that Glory made for me. This is Frito's coffee. It's actually Black Rifle, but you know. Yay, happy birthday, Nancy. So we got it in April, and then in June we took off and headed up to Idaho. And that was the first time Callie was in here. We had a big spaghetti dinner. They have a family of 5, and I was able to fit everybody, kids and everything, just because there's so much space in this thing. And then we took it, like I said, on up to Idaho, and then came back. 22, we took it to Key West, so that was awesome. And then this year we're taking it 2025 back up to Colorado. We're going up there. I'm doing a guild class in Longmont, so I'm doing just a demo one day, and then we're having a class, but it's with the Longmont Guild, so that I'll be up there. But and then from there, no, that's in July. Moving that around. I'm flying to Indiana. We're not taking this. There's so much, my calendar is so full for 2025. It's crazy, y'all. Oh, look, Margie, you found your paper picado under a pile of fabric. There you go. Awesome. Piles of fabric are not good because they hide everything. They're terrible. I think that is so hard to be organized. So, okay. So I showed this yesterday, and I'm going to show you guys again. And I've taken them out. So these are called easy stacks. They're designed for stacking paper. I found them on Amazon. And these snowballs, they finish at 3.5. So I've got 4 snowballs, 1 through 4 on each one of these, and they just fit right inside of a zippered Yazzie bag, and they travel just fine. So I love this. So there's all of these have tons of the blocks in them. Okay, this is going to help me keep them organized. I know how many I have left to make, how far I've gotten. This is another thing about organization. Once you get your space organized, if you're going to be traveling, there is no way I could remember how many blocks I've done, how many left to go. So am I still coming to Missouri in 2025? I think so. That is on the plan. I have not gotten anything finalized yet with the brother dealer there. They need to reach out to me. Sold on Amazon. Yes, Karen. Absolutely. I've got a link to them right below in the description box. If you're new, underneath the video, there's some link. It says more ... Pop that, and you can't see it on your TV. So if you're on a phone, tablet, or desktop, if you're on a phone, it says more again ... Press that. It jumps you to my Amazon store. But if you're on a desktop, laptop, or tablet, it'll open up all of the links. Anyway, they're called easy stacks. And yeah, hit likes. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Hit like. I appreciate it. Thumbs up, you guys. All right. So the Quilted Snowman, these are the 27 blocks that I'm making. They are tiny. Like I said, they finish at 3.5. Okay. So, oh yes, you're talking about batting. I cut the batting. Okay. I cut the batting and I glued it on. I don't know if you can see. It's glued on. It all dried now with just an Elmer's glue stick. And I just put them in. Look how thin that is. Okay. And the little sides help things from flopping around, traveling. Love it. Works great. Okay. Another thing I like about these easy stacks. So they've got 4. See how these tabs are in different. I wrote 1 through 4 on this tab, and they come with the labels. The sew and flip points to flying geese. Off subject. Are the sew and flip points equal to flying geese? So, Carol, that method is used in flying geese blocks. Okay. Yes, you watch that video for sew and flip points, and you're going to be a flying geese making fool. I promise. You'll be a pro at it. So I've got blocks 1 through 4. The next one is 5 through 8, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, right. Then over here, there's another stack of tabs, and then there's another set with some over here and another set with some over here. You could do multiple projects at one time. You could carry them around where you had all of one project on the tabs, the ones that have tabs on the left, second set of tabs, third set of tabs, fourth set of tabs. So that's kind of cool. Very cool. But I had enough. Let me see. I had more than enough. I wasn't even thinking when I did these that I should have done. It's not a big deal. Snowball blocks all on this side, and then the snowflake, whirling snowflakes all on these. So that's something too. But they don't have them available to buy from the company I ordered from. Michelle, they might have sold them out. Just look around. Easy Stacks, Easy STAX. Just type in Easy Stacks, and it doesn't matter if you start on my link and you get them from another company. That's fine. I still get credit for that. I appreciate you using my links. So, okay. So each one of these blocks I numbered 1 through 27. Okay. And you've got to cut 108 of the back. This is that background. You snowball these snowballs, you snowball them, and they look kind of round. See how they look round? Because the snowball corners are the sew and flip points. You will need that sew and flip point process in these blocks for sure. All 4 corners are sew and flips. So then these are 1 through 27, 1 through 27 on my background fabrics, and 1 through 27 on my center squares. So if you take the block number 1 here, block number 1 here, and block number 1 here, when you put it all together, it's the same color and fabrics as block number 1 here. So that helped a lot. I had to get all of that straightened out. Then I took all of the fabrics from block number 1 and put them in this pile. So that's how I did that. So I started with the background fabrics, every one of them, the little brown background fabrics. This is how my brain works, you guys. So this was the first fabric for every one of these 27 blocks. It just helps you stay organized. Because I know if you've ever done an Elizabeth Hartman quilt, you need something like this to keep you straight for sure. You know, you can break it down into how she blocks them out for sure. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Right. Wendy knows if I mention a product, you got to jump on it, you guys. I don't know what it is. Erin, they're 3.5. They finish at 3.5. So I can't tell you what sizes to cut. That'd be giving away the pattern, right? You got to look in the book to get the pattern. Easy Stacks comes up. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that sell them. So anyway, I'm going to turn on this machine. Yay, comes to life. Love it. And I'm going to give this a try. Now I have diagonal seam tape, something like it, on the bed of my machine. Hold on a second here. Sounds familiar. I love it. Love it. I have something just like it on the bed of my machine. And that is to keep, I'm glad I do because got that walking foot on. And let me come over here. There we go. That's better. Needle left. And I've got the 1/4-inch lines. You can't see it. I just took paper tape, like Kimberbell paper tape type. You can't see it because it's white. And then I drew a straight line, needle center, and a 1/4-inch away, needle right, 1/4-inch away over here for needle far left. That's just going to work. But that's going to allow me to keep my pieces straight and together. I'm gonna put my phone over here out of the way. I need to put my little lid on my coffee now. So Callie says, it sounds just like mine. I know. Isn't that funny? They're the same machine. The only thing different is the brain. It's got an extra thing in it to do Disney designs, and that is it. I did not bring the embroidery module, and I think for this embroidery Thursday, I've been chewing on this, you guys. This embroidery Thursday, we are going to digitize the reindeer for Merry Christmas. So I'll have my Embrilliant screen up. So for Thursday, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to play with that while we're on the road and get it down. I have I've seen several methods, and the reason the reindeer is so hard is because the cord for the lights weaves in and out of his antlers. Let me see if I can show you guys. Let's see. I'm going to go to Amy Bradley Designs. I want to show you guys what that looks like and let you check it out. It is very it's a challenging block. Okay, let me bring this up. Now I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. So for those of you that are doing this, yeah, we are going to snap applique. I'm just going to digitize. That's a big piece of it, you guys, is digitizing that. And how come I don't? Oh, it's an edge tab. There we go. So let's take a look at this. So the reindeer right here, here's a piece of the cord, and it starts right underneath the sashing and it goes up behind the face. So that's not too hard. But what happens is you can tell that cord, it comes up, it goes under the ear, it loops around the antlers, okay? And then it goes over this, over right here, it goes under that antler, it comes back up, it goes over this antler point, and then it swings around, it goes under this one, comes back out here, goes over that one, and comes under this and drops down. So you have overlapping and underlapping on all of this cord. That's the challenge on that. Okay, so that's why that's tough. So, what did you say? This is going to be on Thursday. Am I using sewing as a class with my... Oh, I'm sorry, you're not talking to me. Okay. So I've seen a couple of methods on Facebook of how to do that, how people are doing it, where they're stopping the machine right before it stitches and then lay a piece over and then forward your stitches a little bit and go through it and let it do the under part. I've seen that. I'm thinking of a different method, and I don't have the pattern. I don't have the paper pattern with me, but I'm going to make this work. So I'll be playing with it so I can talk you through it without being, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got a different method in mind. So it's going to be, it is a challenge. So there's a couple different ways to do it. Got to figure it out. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. I want to get these going. I don't know if I can mouse on here. I can. Okay. Let me get this big mouse pad out of my way. All right. Oh, I don't know what time we're getting on the road today. So I have my little pieces, and the way this pattern, who published the pattern? I think Riley Blake. It's designed by Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet Company. Okay, so the way they have all of these done when you get to where you're getting to the assembly, they have them listed. So, and they letter them. If you're going to be doing any of these kind of patterns, you definitely want to get alphabetes. So, hey, when I'm going to be doing the Brightly sampler quilt, I'm thinking I might do it on a live, I'll just pop in with a YouTube live on a different day. I'm going to show it on Monday, but we might do it in the afternoon. I'm not sure, but there will be a replay. Okay. So if you can't make it, that's okay. All right. So I have one square of color. That's my center. And I've got 2 squares of so it goes, we're making a 9 patch, right? A 9 patch. So I've got one of these, and I love this fabric. It's got little music notes. You see the music notes? This is Away in the Manger. It's the music and the words to Away in the Manger. That's nice. I don't know my glasses. Where's my glasses? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can sew without glasses. Now I'm going to pay attention to the direction of the words and make sure that those snowballs are straight up. In the big scheme of things, I don't know that it matters, but it would bother me. Y'all, I got to go get a pair of glasses. I'll be right back. Whoa. Right here. Okay. Now I am short on plugs, so oops. Okay. I'm short on plugs, so I'm just going to crease with my fingers and not be worrying about the iron. All right. So what was I doing here? This has color, and then so I've got color on one side and the light on the other. And I'm just going to put the edge of the fabric right next to, I need a leader and an ender, and I don't know if I have any, right next to the line that I drew for the 1/4 inch. Let's see if that works. I think it should. We'll see. If I just pay attention and keep that on the 1/4 inch line. Yep. Boom. Yay. Got my 1/4 inch. Okay. You know, I probably, if it's a Lori Holt quilt, I should probably press the seams open, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, oh, things are falling. Things are falling. I lost the rest of my greens and my tans, and I see them. Can I get them without having to bend down? Yeah, okay. I didn't bring all my fabric. If I lose a piece, I'm sunk. I didn't bring any extra fabric because it was all cut. So when I do, let's see here. When I do a 9 patch, the only easy stacks available are for folding t-shirts. That's not what I'm after. When I do a 9 patch, I fold the odd number rows. I press the odd number rows with the seams out. See? So the seams are to the outside. I just make that a habit. So they're all the same no matter what pattern I'm working on. Okay. And then the even number rows, the seam goes to the inside. And that's going to let it nest really well. Is there a simple pattern that fits into a 6x9 hoop? You don't know where to look. Kathy, check out, I would start with Kimberbell mug rugs. That's what I would start with. Or Juju mug rugs. Those are simple, and you will really, you'll really like it. Am I doing that right? I think so. No, the other way. The other way. I would start with mug rugs. Is Keith driving the motor home so I can keep sewing? Oh, no, I'm not doing that. I sew on the road, but only when we're stationary. No. Y'all, I dropped that little piece of fabric, and where did it go? You guys see it? I lost a green square. Where did it go? Ugh. Well, it'll turn up. Not how it goes. Okay, I'll put these guys back. I got another one to lose. I'll just do it again. The other one here. Red in the middle. There's my lights. A cute little fabric like that. And these go on last. So the words, oh, it's blocking out my view. Okay, let me move that. Let me see if I can move that. I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if I can tell it none. There. How's that? Ta-da! There. It'll show up as soon as I cut another piece for it. I know. That's how that goes, isn't it? Okay. So you can use a project board to set these out, so that you can see where exactly they need to go. I'll find it when we get moving here. All right. As soon as I move things around. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like I can see it on my screen, despite the name there. Oh, what happened? My needle came unthreaded. What's up with that? You guys, if you're brand new to sewing, never pull the thread back through the machine backwards. Okay, whether it's embroidery thread or, if you can avoid it. What is going on here? You never want to pull the thread through backwards because you can create thread nests in your machine. If it can be avoided, do not do that. Okay. That is not that's a good practice to stay away from, All right. It gets linty. It does. Yeah. And you can actually wedge lint further up deeper into your machine. And you do not want that. Okay. That's giving me a perfect little 1/4 inch seam. I love it. It's looking good. Okay. We do not like linties. We do not. Lower my camera. Oh, we've already seen that. Okay. Can you, are we good now? You lost a rectangle, took you a month to find it. I hate that. I was packing up yesterday and I came across a yellow circle that already had heat and bond light on the back of it. And I was like, I wonder what that was for. Not funny. I wonder what that was for. That happens all the time. Now, I don't care for the markings on the machine for the 1/4 inch. That's not my, okay, we're good. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you. I don't care for them. Let me see here. I don't think it's going to matter. I am not going to get all wrapped up in the direction of this fabric. Good grief. Just so long as they're the same in every block is what matters. Because this fabric's so tiny. I was saying something. You get confused when chain piecing unless the blocks are all the same. So that's why I am stitching one block at a time. One block at a time. So we are in this RV park here, and it's called the I-35 RV park. I can hear traffic going by on the highway. And I don't think we're going to come here again. The park is fine. The staff is wonderful. Everything's great, but y'all, they've got stickers. Oh my gosh. And poor Frito can't go out and go do her business. The stickers are so bad, we can't even get her over to the doggy park. They need a little rock sidewalk. It's terrible. Okay, so here's my two. I've got these done. Okay. And now I need my center with two other. So now these lighter color ones are going to go on the outside. And see, these things are directional. See that little gingerbread man? Directional. You had a bad dream about the Solaris going crazy? Oh, no. Isn't that funny when we dream sewing? Oh, my goodness. Now, the second row, again, that's the even numbered row. I'm going to sew that. And I'm going to press the seams to anybody who lives in Texas. You know those stickers are like. We've gotten rid of them in our yard, but you got to stay on top of it. The only way to originally get rid of them is to actually pull the plant. The only way to do it. Okay, so now I'm pressing the seam toward the center. So see, the first one, I always press the seam toward, so this one's, the seams are going out, and the seams are going in. And that's going to make for a good nest. It just makes everything better. Oh, what are you doing? You need to stay lined up. Don't be moving around. Oh my goodness. So I think these 27 little snowballs are definitely going to keep me busy. I like something, just set the watch for 20 minutes and just go. But I've got you here too. You call them stick tights. Oh, the burrs, sticker burrs. Yeah, they're awful. Okay. I've got lots of little threads here. I'm not going to worry about them. Now I'm going to nest these. Y'all, I did a video on how to nest fabrics a couple of years ago. And so many people watch it. It's really close up where you can see exactly what I'm doing, and I explain why I'm doing it. I still to this day get emails from people thanking me for putting that out there. That's the one that somebody said, "You're no Eleanor Burns." I laughed. I'm like, I should hope not. She's amazing. She's fabulous. I just thought that was so funny. Okay, so now on this little nest, I could just wing it and give it a try. But you know, so here's the thing. So when you nest, brand new, right? When you nest, I've got one seam allowance going one direction and the other seam allowance going the other direction. Okay, so I'm pushing them up, buddying them up right next to each other. And then I'm going to take my little camper pin, that cute, and I'm going to go in one side of the seam allowance and out the other on a 45-degree diagonal, just like that. Doing it from bottom to top at a 45-degree angle is going to allow the needle to come over and get 1 to 2 stitches over that nesting seam line, and then I pull the pin. If you go in straight, it's weird, but they don't hold together. If you're going to get gaps, it'll happen then. So this method, it seems very simplistic, but it's just a little bit of a change. If I was to put this pin in straight, right here straight, then you've got room for gap in there. So I go in at a 45 in one side of the seam allowance and out the other, and that locks the seam allowance together and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. And I am going to go ahead and pin the bottoms, because you know the bottoms like to dance around, as I say. So that's going to keep that straight. All right, so let's look. I'm a firm believer in pinning. Okay. And I'm not watching the needle. The needle knows what it's doing. So I'm making sure that my fabric is straight on my 1/4 inch line. And right when I get to, okay, there's this, the needle is in the seam allowance. One more. It is 1 stitch over that first join, and I'm going to pull the pin. So that allows me to get the sewing needle over the join, and then I pull the pin, and that way everything stays put, in theory. I'm over the seam allowance. Let me pull that second pin. Don't stitch through your pins, y'all. And there we go. Let's see. Boom. Yeah. Okay. It's perfect. See that, you guys? It's perfect. That's how you nest. Now on the back, now I could go in and open these up and press them open, and I won't have as much bulk. Ooh, y'all, I got little threads everywhere. Goodness. What a mess. Trim these. Again, trash as soon as possible, okay? Even when you're sewing, trash as soon as possible. This keeps you from having little threads everywhere. I have a trash can. Y'all know my sewing room, I got multiple machines all over the place. There is a trash can at every single sewing machine. Every one. I won't sew without a trash can. Okay, next. Let me do this other one. So by making sure the rows are odd rows 1 and 3, pressed outwards, even row number 2 is pressed inwards. You notice I'm using a walking foot. I've never used a walking foot to piece either, quilting junkie. I don't have the shank to use my other foot with the machine. That's all I've got. Otherwise, I'm not. So I'm going to order another one of these and have it sent to an Amazon locker. When we get where we're going, I can pick it up. So I'll have it in. I won't have it tomorrow morning. But, you know, my walking foot's doing fine. But obviously, I could use another one. All right, here we go. There. One stitch over the join. I can pull the pin. Okay. Be careful pulling them taut, because you can pull them apart. And with little 3.5 inch finish blocks, you do not want to pull these apart. Ugh. Perfect. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to use the sew and flip method. And for those of you that are new and you've never seen it before, let me see here. Kelly has a friend that she, a lady from church that works with her with quilting as well. So she's getting lots of support on quilting. Okay. But don't you just love the internet? I'm in Texas, she's in Colorado, and we're hanging out. And that's kind of cool. Okay. So now we're going to do some sew and flip points. There's my little 9 patch. There's my first snowball. Okay. So the way you do this, the concept, brand new. Should I shorten my stitch length? No, Vicki, I don't. Okay. So the concept is maintain the integrity of the base shape. So this should be 3.5, right? I know I got a measuring thing around here somewhere. 5. It's perfect. It is 3.5. It is 3.5. Okay. So this needs to be 3.5 when I finish with it. It's 3.5 now, and it needs to be 3.5 when I finish with it. So to maintain the integrity of the base shape, this needs to stay square. Okay. These are little bitty, guys. All right. So let's talk. Let me get my little marker. I'm using a friction marker, not a pen. The pen's Ghost. This is a friction fine liner. These are in my Amazon store under my quilting favorites. Okay. So I'm going to take a little ruler, a straight edge. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a ruler. And on the back of this fabric, this is going to be my sew and flip point. This is important. Okay. I'm going to place the ruler corner to corner. Oh, wow. Our hour's up. I'm going to do this one and then we'll go. So I'm going to place the ruler corner to corner. This is how you do this. And I'm going to draw a line next to it. Okay. I want you to look at this. Okay. I place the ruler corner to corner. If the ruler's corner to corner, then the line is not. The line is right next to turn of the corner to corner. So one of these triangles on either side of that line is smaller than the other one. And one is larger than the other one. All right. So the one that is smaller, this is the side that was hanging out from underneath the ruler. I put a little mark on it. That's the side that's going to be cut off. Okay. So when I do my little corner, what that means is I'm going to sew on the line. Okay. I'm going to sew on the line. And because the line is off corner to corner, it's off center, it gives room. There's a few threads in there for the fold to come over and exactly meet the point it needs to and maintain the integrity of the base shape. That little bit of fold is called turn of cloth in the garment sewing world. Okay. So because I put a little line, a little mark on it, the short one, I know that's the side that needs to go into the corner to be cut off. See that? That's the piece that's going to be cut off. So I've set it exactly where it needs to go. And now I'm going to sew exactly on that line. Put my foot down. Okay. And when you're doing a whole bunch of these and you're marking these all at one time, if you put that little mark, that keeps you from getting them messed up. Okay. So because I sewed exactly on the line, now when I fold this up, it meets the other corner exactly, and I will finger press it. It meets it exactly. So it fits. Now I have room. It shouldn't torque up here and it shouldn't go over this way. This is what I'm talking about in that, I need regular scissors. I don't know where they are. They're in my little sewing bag. I'm going to use these. These are not for trimming fabric. Now I can cut 1/4 of an inch away. In the trash. And when I fold it back up, this side is still 3.5 and it's straight. It's just 2 different fabrics. So that is my sew and flip method. Okay. See how it's still and it's straight. It works perfect every time. All right. Well, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you for sewing on the road with me. Tomorrow we will be in Oklahoma. And hi, Quilting Junkie. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you're here. And I'll be stitching these this whole week. So maybe while you're watching me do the same thing over and over, maybe you can get some stitching done, or you can tidy, or whatever you want to do. So y'all, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me. If you're watching on replay, thank you so much. Please give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And I need my mouse. And we will talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye, Callie. Love you. Bye.